Well, it's that time of the week where we go live and we talk about things that'll help you generate more leads online. And today we're going to talk about how much you should spend on your social media advertising. That's a question that I get a lot. My name is Ben Futrell, co-founder and the captain of DigiTLC. And we are all about helping you maximize your return on ad spend or getting results from digital marketing. And that's about generating leads and sales from the effort that you put in with your online marketing. Today is absolutely no different. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a way to think about it when it comes to how much do I spend on my social media ads, because it's a question we get all the time and it's not an easy one to answer because it depends on a lot of different factors. But I do have a couple of tips for you, and I'm going to share with you a free tool that you can use that will help you understand what you need to achieve from your ad campaigns to get a decent return on your ad spend. And really, this is how digital marketing is measured, is what's called ROAS, or return on ad spend. And any marketing really should be measured this way. And so when you think about how much should I spend, what you've got to think about is, what am I likely to get as a result of this advertising? Or what do I need to get as a result for this campaign to break even? I've seen people run loss leaders before because it puts people into their database. So the first thing you got to ask yourself is, what is the desired outcome of my campaign? Because if your campaign is designed just to build your database of people that can buy more from you, then your return on ad spend can be zero, right? You don't need to get a return on the ad spend because you'll get a return on the extra transactions that that customer makes with you over time. So you might even lose money on acquiring the client. This is not an unusual thing in a lot of businesses. They'll lose money to get you up front because they know that long term they'll keep you on as a customer. So, for example, when you sign up for the latest and greatest, smartphone, typically those smartphones, if you were to buy them up front, you might be paying, $1,000 for them. But if you buy them on a plan, you're going to be paying maybe 70 or 80, $100 a month. Now that includes all your calls and the service, etc. So they're only getting a small portion for you to pay that phone off. So they're going to lose money in the beginning, but they know, because they're going to get the reoccurring transactions, because they hold you to a 24-month or 36-month contract, that over time they're going to get a return on their marketing spend. And so this is the thing that you need to decide in your head, is when it comes to how much do I spend, what is my desired outcome from the campaign that I'm going to run? Is it to generate leads? Is it to get awareness out there? Maybe I'm doing a Facebook like campaign or a video views campaign. Am I doing it to generate leads? I just came off a call with one of our customers, and we're using a Facebook ad to Messenger, and we're getting a lead for them for around about 50 cents a pop, which is extremely good, right? But those leads, they've now got to have a conversation with those, and they've got to convert those leads into a more solid inquiry. And then they've got to convert that inquiry into a sale. Now, their average dollar sale is quite high. We're talking about the multiple of thousands. And so knowing that, they can actually spend a fair bit on their marketing per conversion, because they're going to get a return on ad spend, because the return on ad spend, all is that number is determined all by the amount that the customer pays. So, when you think about your campaign, the first thing you do need to decide is, what is my desired outcome? Is it for awareness? Is it for page likes? Is it for repeat sales? Is it for, making money? It depends what it is. I mean, they should all end in making money, but that's the first thing you need to decide. Once you've decided that, the next thing is to decide how much of a budget can you afford. And this is a difficult one, because if you are forecasting a good return on ad spend, then the reality is that what should happen is that as you spend money on your marketing, more money should come in to allow you to spend more money on your marketing. But I think in the beginning, you need to set some sort of monthly budget that you can afford to lose. And the reason I say afford to lose is because even the best marketers make mistakes. 80% of marketing doesn't work. And so when it comes to creating a marketing campaign, I want you to think about how much per month you could lose without getting any result before you even go investing in it. And that's a smart thing to do, because you may not get results. And the last thing you want is putting yourself under financial duress whilst you're trying to work out what works, because you'll do things that desperate people do. And if you do the desperate people thing, you're less likely to get sales, right? So it just is like a never ending spiral that ends, you end up hitting the bottom pretty quickly. So I'm going to share a screen with you. This is not my tool. This is HubSpot's tool. We'll stick a link into the show notes, or sorry, into the comments down below for you to be able to check this out. But I'm just going to quickly share my screen. And so you can see this calculator, and I'll talk you through how this calculator works. Now, this is, like I said, it's HubSpot's. We'll put the link down in the comments. It's hubspot.com/ads hyphen calculator. And this will allow you to put some numbers in here and work out whether or not your ad is going to work. Now, remember I started by saying, what is your monthly budget for the project? So this is where you put in how much you're going to spend on your digital ads, and allows you to sort of ramp this up or down to any amount. So let's say you're going to spend, I don't know, $2,000 a month. Let's put it at 2,000. We'll put $1,900 because it's very hard to stop on 2,000. And expected cost per click. Now, your expected cost per click is something that you would typically get from a tool that does keyword research. So the keyword planner, the Google keyword planner, which there is a link to here, will give you some help estimating your CPC, or your cost per click for search ads. It is just an estimate. So I always say that once you get your Google Keyword Planner and you work out what your keywords are. Now, if you're not sure what keywords are what you type into Google when someone is looking for your product or service. So, for example, plumber near me would be a keyword. That keyword, you'd probably expect to pay a fair bit of money for that. Would be a hotly contested keyword. So let's say that it's, $7. I would say add at least 10% or round it up to the next dollar. Okay, so let's put it as $8 is what I'm expecting. Then there's target conversion rate. Now you can see here, how often does a visit convert into a lead on your website? And it says, you can see here, the average for B2B marketers, it's around 2.6%. We can put, something in there. Let's just put 2%, which I think is a good number, or 2.1. And that gives you a bit of an idea then. So we've now got our budget in there. We've got our expected cost per click. We've got our target conversion rate set at 2.1%. Good to be conservative. Now we're going to put our average sale price in. Now, if I'm a plumber and my average sale price, let's say, is $3,000, the next thing I need to do is say, what is my conversion rate? Let's say my conversion rate is 20%. That is that I get 2 out of 10 of my leads. You can see that by putting those numbers in, on the right-hand side here, it's told me my return on ad spend is going to be 57%. If my average dollar sale was lower, like $2,000, you can see my return on ad spend is only 5%. And if that was the case and I was a plumber, it probably wouldn't be worth running that campaign. So this tool here gives you a really quick and easy way for you to decide whether or not it's going to be viable. Let's just do another quick example. Let's say you are let's say you're a real estate agent. It'd probably be a bit hotly contested. Let's go with something else. Let's say you're a remedial massage therapist. And let's say your budget per month, or allied health services like, massage or physio or something like that. Let's say your budget per month is $2,900. You've done your keyword research and it's about $5 a click. Let's say your conversion rate, we're going to target the same, about 2%. And our average sale price, though, is, let's say it's $200 for a customer. If I can get to set on 200, and let's just say that our conversion rate is about 50%. Now you can see that in that campaign there, and I've done this deliberately, I'm now getting a minus 62% return on ad spend. The reality of that type of service is, that this average sale price is just for one visit, right? So what you need to do is you need to change average sale price to lifetime value. So when you do this calculation, so say to yourself, someone would visit me maybe typically 10 times. So if that was the case, then your average sale price should be about $2,000. Okay. And you'll see that now the return on spend is 280%. But it's always a good idea just to put the first amount in, because you can see how much you're going to be out of pocket in the beginning. So you'll have to continue to fund your ad campaigns, unlike someone who's getting the full amount up front. But if you know that over time that customer is going to spend a few $1,000s with you, then put that in there, because that'll tell you that overall the campaign is worth running, because you can see I'm going to get a return on ad spend. And so that's the way to think about it when you are using this calculator. It's a very good calculator, helps you get really clear on what you need to think about when it comes to how much you're going to spend. And of course, if you've got a really good return on ad spend, the next month you can lift your budget, because if everything works the way that you predict and you get the conversion rate that you predict and you get the sales that you predict, you should have additional funds to put back into your marketing. And of course, until you exhaust the number of clicks, like let's say the search traffic is 5,000 per month and you have got as many of those clicks as you can, then you can't get any more leads, right? So that's where you probably stop with your marketing. Now, if you need help with this stuff, I mean, this is what we do every day of the week. It's what me and the team love doing, is helping you to really maximizing your return on ad spend, understanding how to generate good quality leads using whether it's social media marketing or other organic things like SEO or lead magnet marketing, and nurturing people through different funnels, etc. It's exactly what we do. We help you set it all up and then optimize everything to give you the best possible result. And of course, I'd expect you to be really good at what you do. We're really good at what we do. A lot of people try and do digital marketing themselves, but if you're not doing it every day, the reality is you're probably not going to be on top of everything the way that my team are. So, I'm going to give you the opportunity to have a chat with me and see whether or not we can help. And it's just a 15-minute chat. I call a discovery call. During this, I will leave you with a 3-step action plan that you can take and implement yourself if you want. I will not be offended if we're not a good fit. However, my idea through this discovery call is that by the end of the 15 minutes, if I do think I can help you and you agree, we'll then book you in for a much deeper dive. I call it my digital marketing roadmap session, where it's a 90-minute session. And by the end of that, we have a bit of a strategy that you can either go away and implement yourself, or you can look at how my team can help you get it implemented. And of course, you're only going to do that if you will see a benefit or a return on ad spend. So we're going to pop the link down below now for you, where you can book in for this discovery call. It's a 15-minute call. And like I said, you're going to get the free 3-step action plan, regardless of what you do. And I won't be offended if you don't want to continue with us after the 15 minutes, but I would love the opportunity to have a chat with you about, your market, what search traffic's there, what your competitors are doing, and what your opportunity is. So use the link down below to book in. See you then.